Hey, second grade, it's Miss Crawl. I hope you all are doing well. Today, we're going to be talking about multiple meaning words. And all that means is a word that has more than one meaning, right? It could mean multiple, more than one things, multiple meanings. So, for example, the word rattled, rattled. So that could be a sharp, short sound like we hear in a rattle, rattled, or rattled could mean upset, right? You upset somebody, you rattled somebody. So you might say, Miss Crawl, how do I know which meaning it's being used in a sentence? How do I know if it has more than one, if it has multiple meanings? So I would tell you that's when we use context clues. So we have to look at the sentence in the information around the sentence, and that'll help us know the meaning of the word and what meaning that word is taking on in that sentence. So I'm going to go ahead and make myself smaller, and we're going to work with this because I know that was kind of a lot of information. So let's read the top real quick. Multiple meaning words have more than one meaning. So again, they can mean more than one thing, multiple. Use other words in the sentence, that's what I was saying, to figure out which meaning is being used. So we use those context clues. So our directions say, read each sentence, circle the meaning of the underlined word that best fits the sentence. So we're going to go ahead and do number one. Well, I'm going to do number one. And I want you to watch and listen to my thinking how I do it. And then I'm going to ask you guys to do a couple more. So number one says, the mother can carry the babies on her back. The mother can carry the babies on her back. So our underlined word here is back. And I need to know, does it mean the part of the body opposite the front, so your back? Or is it talking about to move away from something, to back away, to move? So are we talking about our actual back here, or are we talking about moving back? So I'm going to look at my sentence to help me understand what meaning back is taking on, what multiple meaning, right? Back's a multiple meaning word. But in the sentence, it only has one meaning. And that's my job, is to figure out which meaning it's taking on. So let me read the sentence. The mother can carry the babies on her back. The big word here that really tells me is mother can carry. They wouldn't be saying to carry something if they were talking about moving away for something, right? Carrying the babies, they have to be talking about on her actual back, her back. Because if she was going to back away from something, she would not be carrying them on that. So that doesn't make sense. It makes sense that she'd be carrying them on her back. So that word carry really helped me in that sentence to know what was going on. All right, I'm going to do number two, and then I'll have you guys jump in on 3 and 4. So number 2, this tail helps the opossum grab onto things such as tree branches. All right, so tail is our multiple meaning word here. Tail does have more than one meaning, but let's read. So is it talking about the body part at the end of the body? Or is it talking about to follow? Like you can tail behind me, follow behind me in your car, right? So does it mean to follow, tail, or the body part at the end of the body, tail? What meaning, because it only takes on one meaning in the sentence, is it talking about here? Well, I'm going to use my sentence. This tail helps the opossum grab onto things. That's a big clue here in the sentence. Could I grab onto things if I'm talking about following, tailing behind me? No, you can't do that. The only thing that could be grabbing things is an actual tail, the body part at the end of the body. So that has to be this one. I forgot to circle this one up here. The part of the body opposite the front. That was our answer here. So in this sentence, grab onto things really was the clue that helped me know which meaning of tail this sentence was taking on. All right, let's look at number 3. I want you to read silently as I read it out loud. The opossum has a pointed snout. The opossum has a pointed snout. So I'm going to have you, if you think it's the first meaning that I'm going to read, you're going to hold up 1. If you think it's the second meaning, you're going to hold up 2 fingers, okay? So first one, this is number 1. Showed where something is. So pointed, right? I pointed to something. I showed you where something is. That's 1. Or 2, having a sharp end. Like if I have a point on my pen. Okay, so is it 1, something showed where something is, or 2, having a sharp end? The opossum has a pointed snout. Show me your answer. What do you think it is? So you should be holding up your 2, having a sharp end. And let's talk about why that is. So we need to use context clues, the information in the sentence, to help us. The opossum has a pointed snout. So this word snout really helps us here. So snout's like a nose, right? Snout. Does it make sense to show where something is when you're talking about a nose? Are you using your nose to point? Probably not, right? So it's saying that his snout, or her, I guess, opossum, the opossum's snout is pointed. The nose is pointed. So that word snout helps me know that in this sentence, pointed is talking about having a sharp end. That multiple meaning word is pointed, but its meaning in this sentence is having a sharp end. Now, it could very easily, in another sentence, be talking about showed where something is. I pointed to the books, right? In that sentence, that's showing where something is, but not in this sentence. All right, number 4, we're going to do the same thing. An opossum's tail is almost a foot long. An opossum's tail is almost a foot long. So, answer number 1, the body part at the end of the leg. So, talking about your foot. That's 1. Or 2, is it talking about a length of 12 inches? Like I ate a 12-foot, that's how long it is, right? So 1, the body part at the end of the leg, talking about your foot, or 2, a length of 12 inches. So if I say it's a foot long, I'm talking about measurement. So 1, the body part at the end of the leg, or 2, a length of 12 inches. Let me see your answers. You should be holding up 2, a length. It's not talking about your foot, like at the end of your leg. It's talking about measurement. And let's talk about why that is. An opossum's tail is almost a foot long. So that word long is that big clue in this sentence, the clue that tells me the meaning of foot. So long, we're talking about measurement here. Almost a foot long. Long is telling me measurement. So a length of 12 inches. We're not talking about the foot, at the end of your leg. We're talking about measurement. That word long really points out that meaning. All right, 2nd grade, nice work. We just worked on some multiple meaning words. So that's whenever we have a word, but it has a couple different meanings. And in each sentence, it could take on those different meanings. And how you figure out in that specific sentence that you're reading what meaning it has, you use the context clues. So you use the sentence around it or the sentences around it to help you. Reread. We talked about rereading before. Reread those sentences and look for those clues, those context clues. The sentence will help you know the meaning of that word and what meaning that word is taking on in that sentence you're reading. Awesome work, 2nd grade. See you next time.